let's make sure we've got the Department of Workforce, Advanced Learning and Population looked after their invite, but when it comes to the PNP changes, we wanted to have Mr. Rupinder Singh in.
Yeah.
What was the middle name?
Rupinder Singh. I don't know.
Paul Singh.
Rupinder Paul Singh. Rupinder Paul Singh. And
so we want to get a letter out. I believe that was the committee's will to invite him in. Is that?
Sword.
Yes.
Who is he specifically? Sorry.
Mr. Singh is someone that is representing a large group of people that will be having to leave Prince Edward Island when their work permits expire because of quick and unrational decisions by our provincial government. So.
Zach?
So this is the individual that's been on Compass the last couple of nights. The same guy.
Yes.
Sword?
Yeah.
So does he have like an official? And sorry, Chair, I shouldn't be going through. I should be going through you, but
No, that's fine.
I guess, does he have an official designation, or is he just basically a spokesperson for the people that don't have, or that are not going to be able to have their permanent residency continuing?
Does he? Yeah, he's come to this country under good faith and to try to make a life in Prince Edward Island, and one of many hundreds that upon rule changes have just been left in the lurch. So I'm not sure what kind of title or what kind of advocate, maybe it's an ad hoc group that came up because of decisions made by the provincial government basically overnight that changed the complete structure of the rule structure for people in Prince Edward Island. So that's his title and position.
All right. Yeah, sorry, Peter.
Yeah. I think it's important to note that the group that has formed out of necessity happened very quickly. They're not they didn't previously organize as a group because there was no necessity to do so. And Rupinder has come forward as the spokesperson for that group, and I think it's absolutely critical that they have a voice in this legislature, and so I would strongly support that he be brought in. He may not have an official title, but my goodness, he plays a very important role.
Right. Any further debate on that?
And two, that he might be, once the clerk potentially reaches out to him, they should be able to designate whoever they would like to present, I do believe, and who would want to do that. And then this is the process about equity and giving people voices. So the clerk might have to prep them about how the format goes when they present and whatnot. But I think it would be an enlightening presentation, and I think it needs to be expedited too as well. We need to potentially move very quickly here on this.
Yes, Robin.
I would like to hear from Department of Workforce, Advanced Learning and Population prior to having this gentleman come in, so we are armed with actual facts in what we're talking about.
So sorry, Gord, just going back to your thing. So I haven't, for hearing Rupinder come in, no problem. But so now are you going to, you had mentioned that there's a group of people coming in.
Gord?
It would just be about legislative rules.
Okay.
Yeah, how many people. But I would just want to say is that armed with facts, Chair, I asked these questions in the legislature and we got nothing. We've got no timelines. We've got no understanding about why the policy was changed, who made the policy change, and what people are supposed to do when they're asked to leave our province under drastic measures. So I will not sit here and agree to listening to the department come in when they should have had this information beforehand. And I'm not sure if they even are going to accept the invitation to come in. So that can't be a conditional offer to Mr. Singh. I don't believe.
Chair.
Robin?
So this is exactly why I want the department to come in, because I can echo your comments that we don't understand and we don't know enough. So I would absolutely like to have the experts come in and challenge them on their direction with this so that we have a better understanding as legislators for when Mr. Singh comes in and presents his case. So I think it's important that we do have them in here and present to us and try and get the answers that we weren't able to get in the legislature. So.
Gordon?
I can't, I completely, this is, they won't give us answers because they made a snap decision on something. They changed the rules overnight on something. Just because we don't understand why their actions are, we understand what the repercussions of their actions are and how they're taking place in Prince Edward Island right now. And I understand what rules they changed. I understand about the point system. I understand that everything, I know what's going on here and how they switched different allocations around and how we reduced numbers by 25%. So I understand what we have right now. I just don't understand why. And there's a big change in that. So again, I don't want those to be conditional about seeing our guests come in and to talk about that.
Robin?
So I take a little exception from the member stating that we're inviting a group in here that's not going to give us facts. That's why they come. That's why we invite them, is to get information, gather information. You may have a lot more information on this file than some of the rest of us do, and that's great, but I am saying for myself and my members sitting here on either side of me that we would like to hear from the department and try and get a better grasp of what we're dealing with here and what these folks are dealing with as well, so that when Mr. Singh comes in, we're much better informed. That's where I'm at with that.
All right, Peter?
I find this whole conversation a little disturbing, actually, because we want to get as many witnesses who are impacted by this decision. And let's be clear, there was nothing brought up in the last sitting about this because we only found out about it 4 days ago. This is not an issue we have discussed in this legislature ever before, at least this change which has happened, because it's all very recent. We need to get witnesses from all sides of this. And for you to suggest that we will get something less than facts from Mr. Singh when he comes in, what we will get is, that you said, I can't remember exactly what you said, member, but we need to get people who are intimately and personally impacted by the decision that this provincial government has made to tell their story. And we can listen to their story, we can listen to what the department says, we can read the letter that we're going to get from the federal government, we can listen to the Chamber of Commerce, but we need to hear from everybody involved here. And waiting or mandating that somebody wait until the department comes in, given you're suggesting that they hold some sort of golden truth here, is just absolutely nonsense, and I won't go for that.
And just to be clear, I don't think the member said that any presenter was going to give anything less than facts, but he wanted to get the facts
I'll read
from
the transcript later.
Yes, Robin.
So I am equally as disheartened as to where this conversation is going, because the member is putting words in my mouth that I never said. I never once said Mr. Singh would deliver anything but facts. I am saying that a decision that was made by a department, okay, I want the facts on that as well. I never once said that Mr. Singh